Literally thought we were going to die. I was convinced that he was going to take us somewhere and kill us. So I had my keys in my hand, like ready to go, and I kept looking at David being like, get ready, like we need, and he was like, stop. Like, but I really feel like this is a scam because of the money thing and because there's like no lights anywhere. It's like I had literally he could have been taking us to the woods and murdered us. And and people would probably say like, I told you so, because really who would get in the car? The people they don't know.
So we were studying abroad in Bologna, and we were going with our history class to Rome. And Katie really wanted to see Pompeii. She was talking about it the whole semester and kept asking me if I wanted to go. So
I didn't force you to go on the trip.
No, she didn't force me to go on the trip, but she was just like, "You want to go? Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll go." So we went to Pompeii, right? But we had to take a train from Rome to Naples. And I was like, it was super expensive, so I was like a little upset about it, but it's fine.
No, we actually got a really cheap train, which is part of the reason we had so many issues, because we got a cheap train.
That's right. We got the cheap train, but it was the long train. And it was super sketchy, and it took us forever to find seats, and everyone smelled like garbage.
Well, David had gone to the bathroom first, and he went out one side of the compartment, and he took forever to come back, because when he did came back, he said, when he did come back, he said, like, it was a really long way away, like, the bathroom wasn't at the end of every compartment, so we had to walk far away, so he said, when I go the other way. And I come back, and there's, how trains work, there's, like, a compartment, and, like, a little, what is that called? Like, a little middle.
Like, where you exit the train, like an open area.
And it's, like, it moves with the train. It's very kind of unsafe. And so, but there's doors for the compartments on either side, so to get from compartment to compartment, you have to walk through it. So I was walking back, and I was almost to our compartment, and I opened the door to get into this little area, and it shuts behind me, and I go to open the other door, and I couldn't get it open, so I got stuck in the middle, and the train was like zigzagging, and I was literally being thrown around this little compartment, but I couldn't get out of the door wouldn't open, and I tried to go back the other way, and that door wouldn't open. And these compartments are see-through, so like, everyone was watching me, and no one was trying to help me, and it was really uncomfortable, and I kept, like, flailing around, like, please look at me. And finally, this one guy got up and tried to help me, and thankfully it was in, like, where I was trying to go, not where I just came from, and it didn't really work. And then the guy behind me tried to help me, and between the two of us, we were able to push the door open. So I finally get out, but I have no way of getting back to him because I can't get through the compartment door. And so I just keep looking through the hole because, like, I can see into the compartment, hoping he's going to turn around and be like, notice that I'm here, because it's been, like, a while at this point.
So, like, 45 minutes to an hour.
It's, like, a really long time. And our stop was coming up, and it's like I couldn't get my bags or my purse, so I was really hoping he kind of got that memo. And when our train actually got to Naples, he stood up and noticed me waving, like, frantically in the window. We're at Naples, and it's like midnight because we took the long cheap train, and it was also delayed, so we got there a little later than we were supposed to.
A lot later than you were supposed to.
And we are kind of running to where we're supposed to catch this mini train to Sorrento.
And we find out that they're closed. They're canceled. They stopped it at 10 p.m. and we got in at 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
So there's this one guy chasing me down and yelling at me, telling me that he'll take us there, and
no, before that happened, they were following us. Like, as we walked from Naples, like from the Naples where we got off train area to the Sorrento area, like, they were completely following us, just lurking, and it was really creepy, and I was really not about talking to them, but he was, so we did.
He showed me his ID, his driver's license permit thing, and it sounded legit.
He wanted to take us to Sorrento, is what he said, is that he could do it. But all the other cabs are outside. Like, when you go outside of the main entrance, they're all there. His cab was
parked around the corner.
And his cab was in an alleyway. It had no identification on it whatsoever.
So we got into it.
We go into it for the sole reason that he showed David a license that said he was a cab driver and could take us to Sorrento. And
he also said that it would only cost, I said, how much would it cost? €50. I said, beautiful.
Really, though, I don't think this is a good idea.
Well, we did it anyway. So we're in the cab.
And there's two guys.
And there are
There's
two
of
guys.
them. They're older. I mean, they were nice. They were older, and there was also that, blockage because like we knew a little bit of Italian and they knew a little bit of English, so like
we weren't getting anywhere fast. Initially, I said, "So what's the price?" He says, €50. I said, "Okay." Then a little bit down the line, he's like, €75, €100, €150. Eventually, it comes up to be €200, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Shit.
Literally thought we were gonna die. I was convinced that he was going to take us somewhere and kill us. So I had my keys in my hand, like ready to go, and I kept looking at David, being like, "Get ready, like we need." And he was like, "Stop!" Like, but I really feel like this is a scam because of the money thing, and because there's like no lights anywhere. It's like I had no. Literally, he could have been taking us to the woods and murdered us, and and people would probably say like, "I told you so," because really, who would get in the car? The people they don't know. No identification anywhere.
He had a permit.
I think he typed up himself, personally.
Well, in the car, he did have a brochure that said all his prices per mile, so I think it was pretty legit, looking back on it.
Except those prices were wrong!
He did scam us.
They were wrong! But once we get there, he says, like, "Okay, it's €200. And we're like, "I don't have that. Like, what the hell?" And he's like, "It's €200 plus tip. You have to tip. Like, required." And so he goes, "I'm going to stop at a bank." And so he, before we get to the place, stops at this little bank. And he goes, "You can go take money out. But remember, like, you need to give a good tip." He kept saying that. And I was like, "I don't." And so I, of course, go to the bank. He got us into this mess. But I went to the bank and got the money out because my parents, I figured, would help me pay for it. I get the money out and I got a tip out. But I didn't give him a generous tip. It was
pissed.
Literally the bare minimum tip that he could get.
€20.
But I didn't give it to him until we got to the place, so he didn't like look and talk about it. And I gave it to him, and he was definitely sour about it.
He was pissed.
Really not happy. But like, I wasn't happy at all. I was literally about to murder him and run. I was so scared, but the whole time. But we finally got there.
Good trip.
It was a really great trip. The end coming back was nowhere near as much trouble.
We took the fast train.
We did. We did not take another slow train. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Pizza. Yeah. Sorrento's really cool. Everybody should go. But I just recommend going early in the day before all the trains close, because then you're out of luck.